Hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you have joined me for my Healthy Gut Detox Workshop. Yes, this is a workshop. My name is Erleen Tilton, and I'm very passionate about this topic because I think that there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to what is a detox and in comparison to what is a diet, what are they for? So I'm excited to be able to dispel some misconceptions and be able to go over this information so that you can see the need and the importance of a detox and maybe be able to do it properly. So I hope you've taken the time to grab the worksheet for this workshop, and you will find that on the link provided. You'll see those details below. So make sure and go there and open that up, copy it off, keep the link because there are some other links on there that you will want to access later. So let's start in by learning a little bit more about our gut. So let's talk about why gut health is important. So if you understand what the function of your gut is, it is the alimentary canal that goes from your mouth to your anus. And the gut is more of your small intestines, especially where the mixing of the foods and drinks and everything that you consume, your gut will extract those nutrients, vitamins and minerals and electrolytes that really feed your whole body system. Every function in your body starts in the gut. And that's why it's so important to consider what goes in your gut every single minute of the day. Your health and bodily processes all start in your gut as well. And unfortunately, most of our guts today have become a cesspool of contamination full of unhealthy bacteria and even decayed matter. Also, what we are beginning to understand, and science is proving, that our toxic gut is actually a root cause to all disease, dysfunction, and disorder, and is actually a culprit for all autoimmune challenges. But here's the scary part: 93% of our population fits into this category of a toxic gut. And that's why we experience so much disease and disorder. Centuries ago, Hippocrates said, all disease begins in the gut. He knew it then, we know it now. So it's time to really get serious about what is going on in our gut, first and foremost. Let's start by asking yourself these questions. First, how long has it taken to create toxicity in your gut? As I talk to many of the people that I coach, most people have never even done a detox. So that means, like, stop and think about, what if you have never changed the oil filter in your car? Or if you have never changed the filters in your air conditioning unit? How long would they last? How long would they function? Your body is in the same way. We cannot change those filters. We have to cleanse them and detox those filters. And because it can take years to get to the state where you are now, it's not going to happen overnight. It's interesting that just this past week, I did a lot of research to see what people are searching for. One of the top researches say that people are looking for, how can I do an instant detox? How can I do an overnight detox? Wow, if it takes years to get your body in a toxic state, and that's because your body is so resilient, it's really trying to work through this in a most effective way. But after a while, it gets bogged down, kind of like an oil filter or air conditioning filter. But we can't expect to do a detox instantly or overnight. Now, the next question you need to ask is, do you want short-term results or long-term benefits? You got to ask yourself if you're willing to sacrifice some of your comforts in order to regain excellent health. If you've never done a thorough detox, then we've got to understand that it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. So, what I learned personally and from my own experience, that if you want long-term results, it will take 90 days plus ongoing daily proactive lifestyle choices to thoroughly reset your gut. This is not a diet, but it will assist in dieting. This is really a path to healing your gut and whole body. Now, years ago, and this was actually about 45 years ago, I had a breakdown of health. I had a lot of emotional and physical issues. And so I was lucky enough to come in contact with a naturopath who actually helped me get my body back in order. But what he did, first and foremost, after all the tests that we took, is help me understand that if I went to a regular medical doctor, they would put me on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 different medications for all the things that I was experiencing. Or I could just work on healing my gut, which would take care of all of those things. Now, did I believe him? Well, maybe not necessarily. I didn't really understand that. But I went through the process. And sure enough, within a 5 to 6 month period, not only was my body completely different and completely healed, in that 5 to 6 months, I was amazed at the energy, how much better I slept. I didn't have the emotional and physical problems, any of those things that I was experiencing. They completely were gone. And I really learned an important lesson from this because he helped me understand that you've got to work on your full body. We've got to eat the right foods. We've got to drink the right cleansing drinks and do a thorough detox with supplements and replenish with other supplements. This is how to completely regenerate your body. It happened for me. And I want to share how I was able to do this and how I can help you find the same results. If you're consistent and if you really put your mind to doing this takes effort, but the benefits are so worth it. The first step is to remove and reverse what disrupts your gut microbiome. So one of the first things that disrupts your gut microbiome is processed foods. They have a lot of chemical additives as well as all of our drinks. These two right there are seriously the biggest culprits to destroying and disrupting your gut microbiome. Lack of nutrients, enzymes, and probiotics in your diet. We need these. We need these nutrients. And when we don't supply our bodies with these, it's kind of a double negative. First of all, we're feeding our bodies toxic things, and then we're not supplying our body with the things that it needs in order to function. Alcohol and tobacco, they are other big culprits that really sabotage your gut. Pharmaceuticals and antibiotics as well. And then the lack of exercise, lack of sleep, too much stress. I hope you're writing these down on your worksheet so that you can go back and say, where is it that I really need to work? Maybe you're doing well in some of these areas and maybe not so good. So make sure that you're writing down the areas that you really need to work on so that you can actually remove and reverse those things that are disrupting your gut microbiome. Number 2 is include daily the items and habits that help your gut microbiome flourish. So first and foremost is eating a whole foods diet found in nature. Whole foods. Now, when I started my journey, I will admit I didn't even know what a whole foods diet was. And most people that I work with today just aren't really sure either. A whole apple, whole broccoli or fruits and vegetables, meats in their whole form, not processed, nuts, seeds, anything that is really in its close to natural state, water-rich and nutrient-dense raw foods. This is where we get our enzymes. And I encourage people to eat raw foods with each one of their meals because that's what helps your body to be able to break down and digest your foods. Yes, your body does make up some of these enzymes, but eventually your body can't. And so we need to supply our body with enzymes. You notice people as they age and get older, their tummies get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's because when they're young, they're eating too many foods without added enzymes. And eventually your stores run out. And so we can't digest our foods anymore. Enzymes are super, super important. You need to eat raw foods with each of your meals. We need quality proteins, fats, and fiber. We need probiotic foods in our diets. And there's a variety of those out there. Some of them are not so good. Be very careful, be choosy. Yogurt is the drawbacks of the milk and the sugar does not make it a nourishing food. So but there are other probiotic foods like your raw kimchi and sauerkraut. Those are really good probiotic foods. Pure clean water to cleanse. We eat to nourish, we drink to cleanse. Daily physical exercise, quality sleep, and low stress. Now, I will say right here that actually a little bit of stress is good for our bodies. In order to build muscle, we have to kind of stress those muscles. We have to overwork them. So a little bit of stress, running or exercising can create a little bit of stress, but it actually strengthens our body. So we need some stress, but we don't need mental and emotional stress many times that we experience. Number 3 is follow a nutrient-packed 30-day detox plan. Now, over the years, I've looked at a lot of different plans out there. I've never seen one that works as well as this one. These are doTERRA supplements. And when I started my journey 45 years ago, the supplements that I used were whole food supplements, very good quality. That's why I got results. However, back then I was buying them a la carte and they were really expensive. And I can say they were even 30 years ago comparable to what I can get these for today, which is amazing because you can't buy hardly anything that many years ago for the same price as you can today. So I love these doTERRA supplements. So I'm going to go through these one by one so you understand why each of these are important. But what I want you to understand here is this is a 30-day detox plan. However, in order to do a gut reset, you really need to do it 3 times for a 90-day period. They tell us that 21 days changes a habit, but 90 days changes a lifestyle. And this is how we reset our gut. So the first item is our lifelong vitality. You'll see there in the center picture, the Microplex VMZ is the vitamins and minerals. So important to have whole foods vitamins and minerals. The Alpha CRS is your antioxidant formula. So important for dispelling those free radicals. Then we have the Z Omega formula, which is your omega-3 oils as well as essential oils, which actually take these nutrients to the cellular level. You can digest them 10 times more than anything else that's on the market because of these essential oils. Now, most people are not getting the essential nutrients they need in today's world. And you see that on this graph that shows in yellow. Some of them are very, very low. Most of us just don't get the vitamins that we need. That white spot that's going vertically is the sweet spot. So we want to get enough nutrients to kind of bring us to that sweet spot to fill in the holes of where we're not getting the nutrition needed. Super important. Most people that I work with as a health coach are not taking a good vitamin, mineral, multiple supplement. And they're not getting these antioxidants as well as omegas either. They're just not getting the good balance of nutrition. And do you know that you can't even lose weight with the lack of nutrition? Do you know that emotional and mental problems is a lack of nutrition? There are so many things that are a result of lack of nutrition. Once you get it, your whole body runs better. So the next part is the Terrazyme. This is an enzyme formula that also aids healthy digestion and your metabolic processes, but it also is really good for gut cleanup. Now, if you look at this sewer pipe in the center here, did you know that most guts, like I said in the beginning, 93% are much like this sewer pipe, very similarly. And it's because we eat foods that don't have fiber, that actually decay and rot right in our gut. And so when our gut slows down, so do we. We don't sleep well. We have no energy. We don't think well. We have got brain fog. Nothing works properly when our gut looks like this sewer pipe. So enzymes help to not only digest the food and help move it through, but it also helps to break down that gut matter and help it start moving. This is the way I start my day, and I'll show you in a minute how that happens. But if you start your day with this Terrazyme formula, which has been tested against many formulas and been the winner of all of them every time, is very, very helpful to break down the gut matter and help you digest the foods that you are eating as well. Next is the Zenderkin complex. I call this the repairman. This is an herbal formula that is a 5-organ cleanse, really important for filtering the functions of the liver, kidney, colon, lungs, and skin. So we want to not only cleanse and filter and protect our organs, but we want to make sure that they can function properly. And this is why this is so important. And the thing that I love about this is it's not a detox that will actually keep you on the toilet or make you feel uncomfortable. It's very gentle, but very powerful. Next, I'm just going to highlight this. This is the Zenderkin oil blend, which is not the repairman. It's more the janitor. You know, we have the repairs, but then we need kind of a janitor to kind of follow up and keep the floors clean and remove the debris and the trash. So this is what this does. It continues on. After you take your Zenderkin complex, you can continue to work with the Zenderkin oil blend, either in the drops or the soft gels. You can see it's an oil blend of different essential oils that really are not only powerful antioxidants, but they really support your body's detoxification system. Again, this isn't in the regular detox, but it's something that you want to follow up with that's very helpful. Now we have the GX Assist. This is a 10-day cleanse and super, super important. It has 6 different essential oils in it, plus the caprylic acid. These are super important for being able to dispel the pathogens in your gut. And yes, most people have a lot of pathogens in their gut. So if we can dispel those and also remove the candida, the number one thing people will tell me after they do this 10-day cleanse is, I don't have any sugar cravings. They're so excited. They don't understand why. And it's because of this GX Assist formula. Powerful, powerful for purging your gut bacteria. So after you purge, you want to restore with this PB Restore Probiome Complex. This comes in dual chamber capsules. You can see there on the right. So you can see that there's an outer capsule, which actually has your prebiotic. And this dissolves in the stomach. Well, the prebiotic is to feed your probiotic and help it flourish and multiply. So the green inner capsule makes it all the way to the small intestines, which has your probiotics, your postbiotics, and your bacteriophages. All of these not only support a healthy gut, but support an entire body and are super, super helpful. This is the best probiotic formula that I've ever used, and a super delivery system in order to get the probiotics and prebiotics, postbiotic, and bacteriophages. So let's look at this 30-day protocol. Here's how it works. You get up in the morning, first thing, get that glass of water, a few drops of lemon essential oil in there, and I'll explain why in just a minute, with 1 to 2 Terrazyme. This, on an empty stomach, will help you be able to jumpstart your metabolism, start moving your gut. This helps you have more energy in the day because it starts moving your gut. And you want to not eat anything for the next 30 to 45 minutes so that it has that time to work on your gut. And it does an excellent job. I've been doing this for several years now, maybe about 5 years, very faithfully, every morning, doing this without fail. And it keeps my tummy flat, keeps my digestion working great, and it keeps my energy levels up. So super important. Next is to take those lifelong vitality capsules, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. And if that's too much for you, 1 morning, noon, and night works for people. So you're getting down 3 a day instead of 4 a day, whatever works for you. The full dosage is 2 capsules, morning and evening. Then we're going to take those Terrazyme, again, 1 or 2 in the morning. I do 2, you could do 1. And then I do 1 at lunch and 2 at dinner. I take 5 of those a day faithfully and have been doing that for years. And it really helps keep my digestion well. So then the endocrine detox capsules, 1 both in the morning and in the evening. Next is the GX Assist. You can see that we don't take this the full 30 days. In a 30-day period, we are not going to take it the first 10 days. We're going to have our body get used to these other products before we start in on the GX Assist. And we're going to take that in the 10 days in the center of that 30-day period. So day 11 through 20, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, because remember, that's dispelling the pathogens, unhealthy microbes, and candida. So very, very powerful. Then you always follow up after you dispel the pathogens, right, with a good probiotic. So that's where the PB Restore comes in, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. But I just wanted to address here that if you were going to go out and clean the garage today, by the time you blow out everything, in the corners, remove the debris, sweep, clean off the shelves, it's going to get a lot dirty before it gets cleaner, right? That's just the way life happens. In order to clean a room or anything, it gets dirtier before it gets cleaner. Expect a little bit of discomfort when you start on this. You just have to know that it's going to get dirtier before it gets cleaner. And you're pulling things from your cells, from the corners of your organs. That is what may be causing your discomfort. It's not overly discomfort, but it can be a gentle discomfort. It's not causing discomfort, but it's a process of removing toxins. So you have to just recognize that there will be a little bit of discomfort involved. So I just want to give that warning to you up front so you understand that. And don't just expect it to be a piece of cake, because we're causing your body to do a big work here. So the last but not least thing is adding drops of lemon to your water in between meals, which is also your number 4. Increasing your water intake daily. Super, super important. Most people aren't drinking enough water. In fact, most of the people I coach, I will ask them how much water they drink, and they'll say, I drink a lot of water, 3 or 4 glasses at least a day. And I'm going, in grade school, we even learned 8-ounce cups a day. And most people aren't getting near that amount. They're drinking coffee and milk and soft drinks and sport drinks and juices and all these other things, but they're not drinking water. All of those other drinks are polluting your system. Water, good pure water, is what will detox your system. So make sure on your sheet that you're writing this down, but divide your weight in half. So if you weigh 150 pounds, half of that is 75 ounces of water. That is the minimum amount that you need every day. Most people aren't getting near 75 ounces. That's basically more than 2 quarts of water. And that's the minimum. Really, a half to 3/4 would be maybe 110, 120 ounces of water. People feel like they might be drowning drinking that much water, but this is the way your body detoxes. Now, if you add the lemon essential oil, it accelerates the detox process, because the lemon can actually pull the petrochemicals from your cells and help them export. Different than lemon juice. Lemon juice comes from the inside of the fruit. It's the juice. Where lemon essential oil comes from the rind. It's expeller pressed, and it's very, very powerful. So 1 to 2 drops can be equivalent to 1 to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So you've got to understand that there is a real difference, and this is very, very powerful. Number 5 is begin intermittent fasting. Now, this is something that I have done over the last year and a half, and I've done it pretty faithfully, and I feel really good doing it. Look at all the benefits of doing intermittent fasting. First is detox. It's a great detox. It accelerates weight loss. It improves insulin levels. It's great for brain health, heart health, improving energy and mood, and it actually will add years to your life by doing this. And I tell people one of the reasons that it will do this more than anything is because if you can give up that first meal of the day, what does that first meal contain? For most people, it's carb overload. They're eating cereal or donuts or pastries or toast or waffles or pancakes or bagels or whatever it is. There's so much carb overload in that first morning. And if you can get rid of that one meal and shorten your eating window to about 7 hours or 8 hours, whatever your preference might be, this is where you will add years to your life. So what I do the 12 to 7. I try to eat my first meal at 12 noon, and that's a great hearty meal. I can eat an afternoon snack, maybe a fruit and some nut protein, and then a good meal in the evening. And actually, it is great for me. I've really loved it. So what do you do before and after? Drink. So you drink all morning, and I'll share my intermittent fasting drink. That's my favorite here in just a minute. And then after 7 p.m., you're drinking water to help with the flushing. Let me tell you, you'll feel so much better. So the reason that I did this more than anything was to improve my insulin levels. This is one of the greatest benefits of intermittent fasting. So if you need more balancing of your blood sugar levels, then I highly recommend it. So let's look at my favorite intermittent fasting drink. I do have this on the handout, so you have it there. But in my 40-ounce tumbler, I make this every morning. I put 2 tea bags and I put about 2 cups of boiling water. So don't put the lid on or the straw because you will melt those. You'll go through a lot of cups if you do. But let that steep for 2 or 3 minutes. And then I used to just add the few drops of essential oil and the stevia, but I was still hungry. But what has really helped satisfy that hunger craving is this dry mushroom blend. I buy a dry mushroom blend. I've tried a couple of different brands. The brand that I like best is called Mega Mushrooms, and it's from Micro Ingredients. That's the brand name. I really love that. It's an excellent antioxidant boost. And then I also add 1 teaspoon of MCT oil powder. This is great for brain health, but it's also a great creamer. So it tastes great. It's from coconut milk. And together, those just are so satisfying. And so I can actually get my 40-ounce cup and I've filled it to here. I added all those ingredients. And now in the summertime, I fill it up with ice. It's a nice, cool drink that I'm sipping on all throughout my morning. In the wintertime, when it's colder, I just added more cool water. So it's not too hot to drink, but it's still warming. And so it keeps me warm all morning. So whether you like it cooling or warming, it's totally up to you. But it's great to be able to just sip all throughout your morning. And like I said, if you're busy and you're doing things, I don't ever get hungry. And it's just great. If you pee too much, then add a pinch of Himalayan salt too. And I find that I do best doing that. And that's how I like this. And it's served me very, very well. And I think that if you really take a look at this, you'll like it too. I encourage you to try it. So let's do a quick recap. First of all, we're going to remove and reverse what disrupts your gut microbiome. Include daily items and habits that help a gut microbiome flourish. Hopefully you were writing these things down as I was going through this, so you have an idea of some of the things you need to be removing and reversing and including instead. Then follow that nutrient-packed 30-day detox plan. Again, we need the vitamins and minerals, omegas, enzymes, that 5-organ cleanse, gut and candida purge, and probiotic in order to remove and replenish. This is what this whole system does. It removes and replenishes. Next, increase your daily water intake and add the lemon essential oil or grapefruit, maybe even orange or whatever to make it taste good. Lemon is the most powerful and potent for detox though. And then begin the intermittent fasting. This is a tried and true formula. It works really, really well. And I think if you'll just give this a try, you will find that you really love the benefits and the way you feel. So, where do you need to start? And do you need help? This is how I can help you in 2 ways. Number 1, take the What's Up with Your Gut quiz. You can see this link, and if you've copied this off, go to your handout, click on that link. This is online, it's free, and you get the opportunity to connect with me. We go over your results and we talk about what your goals are. I don't pressure, but we go over this together. And if I can help, that's great. If not, then that's totally okay as well. Number 2, maybe you want to just get started right now and order your 30-day detox items right here. So just click on that. If you already have a Wholesome membership, then go and order those items instead of clicking on this link. I want to make sure that you order it on your own system if you have one already through doTERRA. If not, start at that link and get started with those items. and then get in touch with me so that I can help you complete this gut detox, because this can be a game changer for you, like it was for me. And if you really want to detox your gut, like I said, it's not going to happen in a day. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. So we want to make sure that we are doing it in the right way so you're not disappointed. So you know that you can have the results that you're really expecting. I hope to be working with you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you have any questions below.